Hi everyone, my name is Hannah, or to the students at North Huddersfield Trust School in Huddersfield, I'm Miss Smith because I'm their school librarian and resident Carnegie shadowing expert, and I'm making this video to recommend to you the mighty Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. Or if you're in other countries, you might know it by The Golden Compass. There's been an amazing film adaptation of this book and an even better TV series by the BBC under the name His Dark Materials, which is the name of the whole trilogy, and that's the copy of the book that I have. However, I'll mostly be talking today about the first book, The Northern Lights. Before we start, I'd recommend this book primarily to ages 13 and up. Students that are younger might really enjoy it, but proceed with care because some of it can be quite scary and there's some really adult themes in this book. I definitely think the right age to read this is about 15 or 16. This book was written in 1995 and at the time it was very controversial. A lot of people tried to ban it and get it removed from libraries all over the US because its author has really strong opinions about religion, which come across later in the trilogy. But when I read it as a teenager, I wasn't thinking about that. I just thought it was absolutely amazing. It really showed me that fiction isn't just about a pretty story, not always. It's about learning new things and about questioning the world that we live in and what is right and what is wrong. And it was really important to me at the time that I got to explore that through this book. That isn't to say that this book doesn't have an amazing plot on its own, though. This book opens by introducing us to our protagonist, Lyra. Lyra lives in a version of Oxford in England, which is a little bit like ours, but not quite. Actually, lots of things about her Oxford are magical, like her demon, Pan, who's like a small animal that goes with her wherever she goes. Lyra lives under the care of professors and lecturers at Jordan College, which is like a small university, after her parents' untimely death when she was a child. However, when the evil gobblers come to town, she begins to question some of the things her caretakers have told her, and leaves Jordan to find out the truth about everything she knows. I'd recommend this book to people who will love to try and solve the mysteries of Harry Potter, but were looking for something a little more grown up. Chapters are long in details, and there's plenty of blink and you'll miss it moments. So this would be a great one for teens looking to challenge themselves. This book is a fantasy and adventure book, so it has lots of fantastic creatures, sword fights, fist fights, crazy chases, and emotional hellos and goodbyes. But you do have to work for them and learn about the world first. I promise it is worth the payoff. So worth it. My favourite part of this book is when Lyra travels to the North Pole, where she meets a race of huge polar bears who shape her journey and become her friends along the way. There are 3 books in the whole series, so they'll keep you going at least until the end of summer. I'd also definitely recommend parents, carers, and librarians read this book. It's a little bit like Shrek or A Monster Calls, in that it's got details in it which means something different to you when you're older than when you're younger, and that's a really great thing. If I had to describe this book in 3 words, it would be beautiful, mind-boggling, and heartbreaking. But it's so hard to only pick 3 words when this series is so vast in the wealth of the ideas that it explores. I'm so excited for more readers to enjoy this book, and there's a whole second series by the same author in the same world to read afterwards too.